Hey crafty folks, welcome back to my channel. So today we are continuing the how to do a PDF pattern series. I'm going to show you guys how I trace the pattern, and then we're also going to cut out the fabric. So let's jump right into it. Okay, so I've got this freezer paper. It's plastic coated on one side, and then the other side is matte. I'm going to cut a chunk of it that is large enough to fit on our pattern. All right, so I've decided to do the 3-month size. So you can look at the key here. So I'm gonna be tracing the line that looks like this. So it's sort of pink and it's got, you know, a dash and a dot and a dash and a dot. So I can see through my freezer paper here. I'm using the bottle of peroxide as a weight. So that'll keep all of my pages together and keep them from shifting. So I'm just gonna take my pen and I'm gonna start marking this. Now, the reason why I trace mine is because, you know, everyone has their aspect of sewing that is their least favorite part, and my least favorite part is putting together the pattern. So I always trace them because if you cut out the size, then the next time that you want to make this pattern, you have to print it out and glue it together again or tape it together again. And some of these patterns are like lots of pages, especially like full women's, you know, like a full dress or whatever. So anyway, I trace them. So it doesn't much matter where you start. As long as you have a decent pattern weight, it'll hold it in place. Now I always, I marked these at full length, so I'm gonna write size 3-month petite peg. And then I'll also know that, like I can store this piece for later. And then I can always pull it out again because chances are I'm going to have more friends that have babies. Now they have these lines down here for the pattern. So this is the ankle one. And then I'm going to go back up and I'm going to mark in these lines too. So this is the capri line. Here's the ankle line. So by marking these lines, then you can put your main pattern sheets away, and then you can just, you know, use your little pattern piece. And if you want to, let's say I make full length for the first one and then I want to do a capri, I can just fold up the ankle piece and then use it as my pattern piece. So the next step that we're going to do is to take paper scissors and we're going to cut out this pattern now. Good, so here's our pattern piece. If I decide, oh hey, I want to do bike length, then I can just fold this under on that line and then I can use the pattern piece like that. So I am going to just take a look at the pattern and see what is the size of the waistband. So for this particular pattern, they have a cut chart that says what the length and width should be for the waistband. And so they don't give you a pattern piece. Okay, you guys, so I cut out my paper pattern here and I wrote on it, I wrote what size it is, the name of the pattern, and I also wrote the dimensions of the waistband. So the next thing that we're gonna do is grab our fabric. Okay, so this is a cotton lycra, and it has at least a 50% stretch in both directions, 50% four-way stretch, which just means when you take a 4-inch strip of it, it stretches up to 6 inches at least. Right, so for this pattern, you're supposed to have 2 pieces, one for each leg, and they should be mirror images of each other. So in order to make sure that I do that correctly, what I do is I fold the fabric over And then I place my pattern piece on top of the folded fabric. And then I'm going to place a pattern weight on it, whatever you have. Some people use cans of soup or whatever. Since we have this knit fabric, the main thing that I make sure is just that your selvage and the width from selvage to selvage, you want to go across the widest part of the body because it tends to be more stretchy between the selvages, and so it'll fit better around the body. So now I have my two pieces, mirror image, and because these look very similar on both the front and the back, usually what I do to mark, so for me, the texture on the inside looks a little bit better than on this side. So I want the right side, or the side that's gonna end up on the outside, to be this one. So I'm just gonna clip that here for both of these guys. That will show me that the side with the clip is the right side, or the side that's going to end up on the outside. That's going to affect how we do the construction. But this way, I don't, put this one together one way and then accidentally put this one together the other way, because then I would end up with two right legs and no left leg, and I'd have to recut in order to finish the pattern. So if your fabric looks the same on both sides, it's nice to have a little, sometimes people put like a piece of like masking tape on one side. So whatever you find works for you. I'm gonna go ahead and cut out the waistband, and then I will show you guys the construction in the next video. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Even if you didn't like it, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe, and I will show you the construction in the next video. Okay, thanks guys. Bye.